Good morning, students. So this is the Telangana Intermediate First Year Zoology Lab Manual. This is the cover page. So you can see this First Year Lab Manual Zoology. So you know already this year 2026 and 27 academic year. In first year also they are introducing the practical, so that they have prepared the practical manual and published. So this is the practical manual which is released by Telangana Intermediate Board. So let us go to the detailed study of this manual. This is the cover page of Zoology First Year Intermediate Practical Lab Manual. So these are the persons, authors and editors here, and there will be a coordinating committee and a forward. So when you see the forward, here you can see that as comprehensive revised intermediate first year physics, chemistry, botany, zoology laboratory manuals for the academic year 2026 and 27. So a landmark initiative from the academic year 2026 and 27 is the introduction of 15 marks for laboratory practical work under continuous evaluation. So first time in intermediate introducing the first year practical for 15 marks zoology. So this is the free phase about Secretary Telangana Board of Intermediate. So when you see the free phase, the Board of Intermediate Education is committed to fostering quality science education through continuous curriculum renewal aligned with national standards, emerging developments in the life sciences, so that the revised practical syllabus emphasizes scientific inquiry, accurate observation, systematic experimentation, data analysis, and hands-on experience. So here you can see the contents about practical introduction, compound microscope, digestive system of cockroach, nervous system of cockroach, mouth parts of cockroach, frog digestive system, frog male reproductive system, frog female reproductive system, Euspangia, Aurelia, Metridium, liver fluke, Tinea solium, that is fork tapeworm, Ascaris male roundworm, Ascaris female roundworm, Nereis earthworm, Hirudinaria, and Scalopendra, Julius, Palemon, Arenia, Palamanius, that is Scorpion, Bombyx mori, silk moth, Apis indica, honeybee, Pila, apple snail, Unio, freshwater mussel, Asteriasis, starfish, Scoliodon, dogfish, Labio rohita, rohu, Katla katla, bocce, Sirinus mrigala, mrigal, rana tigrina, hydrofish, sea snake, naja naja, cobra, vipera razali, Russell's viper, columba livia, kaptar, that is rock, what we should call in Hindi name, kabutar, rock pigeon, Orictolagus cuniculus, rabbit, squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, tears of cartilage, tears of bone, blood smear of a mammal, and striated muzzle. Striated muzzle, smooth muzzle. So, appendix, model question paper, scheme of valuation, practical syllabus for zoology, annual academic plan. So these are the ingredients, that is contents in the this manual. Let us go to the introduction and introduction to the students. So this is the introduction page, and a record of work is given. Record of work here, and record how we will write here the mentioned. So date is written on the top left hand corner of the page. Classification name of the animal written at the top of the right hand corner of the sheet. All the parts of the diagram must be labeled. Labeling lines should never cross one another. Every diagram must have a caption below it. For example, TS of pancreas. So the description is written in a new page facing the diagram, that is inside sheets. So, and precautions before and after the use, all the lenses, metal parts, including stage, should be cleaned. The lenses are cleaned with the tissue paper of muslin cloth, operating screws, condenser, iris diaphragm, mirror, and stage clips should always be handled carefully. So this is about microscope. Uh, so this is the compound microscope. Compound microscope discovered by Zacharias Johnson. This is used, it is the most indispensable instrument in the biology laboratory. Of the many types of microscopes, compound microscope is very commonly used. So compound microscope is built around a foot, strong basal foot and a vertical limb. Entire this is vertical limb, and the foot supports the vertical limb. So this is, and a round rectangular square stage is fixed to the limb. So this is the stage, and it is provided with the clips and hold the slide in the position. A mobile fixed substage is situated directly below the stage. It is provided with an iris diaphragm. So now this is called here iris diaphragm. Here what we can say, this is the iris diaphragm. Condenser lenses are there, and iris diaphragm is a wheel-shaped metal disc to regulate the aperture through which light rays reach the condenser or passed an object. A mobile concave mirror is fixed at the low most part of the limb to focus, covering cone of light rays at the level of specimen. So body of the microscope is composed of a tube. At the upper end of the tube, an eyepiece. Now this is called eyepiece, and higher values of magnifications. We can change the eyepiece, that is 10x, 15x, like we can change depending on the types of lenses, and magnification is differ. Usually These magnifications ranging from 3 into 2 into 10 to 100x, and the conventional lower power objectives are 10x. So tube of the microscope is vertically movable with the help of curves and adjustment screws. Coarse adjustment moves tube rapidly, while fine adjustment screws does it gradually occurs. So mechanical operations. Microscope is placed in maximum diffuse light. Light is adjusted by turning the mirror towards the source of light, and also so now cockroach dive system, cockroach nervous system. So cockroach dive system parts, when we take salivary glands, esophagus, crop, hepatic CK, gizzard, mesenteron, Malpighian tubules, colon, rectum. Whereas if you take nervous system of cockroach, so entire cerebral ganglia, circumesophageal connectivities, subesophageal ganglia, ingluvial ganglion, and there will be a thoracic ganglia. There it is a ventral nerve cord, proventricular ganglion, abdominal ganglion, last abdominal ganglion. So these are the parts of nervous system of cockroach. So cockroach mouth parts, when you take here, this is the cockroach hypopharynx, maxillary pulp, prementum, labial pulp, glossa, paraglossa, palpeger, mentum, submentum, cardo, stipes, palpebral, lacinia, gallia, mandible, labrum. Frog digestion. Heart, esophagus, liver, lung, gallbladder, fat bodies, kidneys, stomach, ureter, intestine, urinary bladder, cloaca, cloacal aperture. Male reproductive system of frog, female reproductive system of frog. So male reproductive system, fat body, testis, adrenal gland, rectum, bladder, vas efferentia, seminiferous tubules, rete testis, Bidder's canal, seminal vesicles, ureter, cloacal aperture. So oviduct, ovary, ureter, cloacal, urinary bladder, ovisac, cloacal aperture. So when you see this, right, Euspongia jellyfish, that is Aurelia. So here classification, phylum Porifera, class Demospongia, genus Euspongia, species Abyssinalis. Euspongia have inhalent canals, osculum, rocky substratum. Identifying characteristics. It is a common bath sponge. It is a globular and black in color. On the body surface, it has many pores called ostia. The ostia open into spongiocele. The spongiocele opens out through a wide aperture called osculum. The skeleton is in the form of spongian fibers, whereas Aurelia jellyfish identifying characteristics. It is commonly called jellyfish. The body is umbrella shaped with the outer ex-umbrella surface and inner sub-umbrella surface. On the margin of umbrella, vellarium is present. In the center of sub-umbellar surface, manubrium is present which possesses with mouth at its apex. Mouth extended for oral arms. Gastrovascular cavity is well developed and it has many canals. Four gonads are present on subarellar surface and in fits. So on the margin of umbrella, many tentacles and 8 tentaculocytes are present. Cyst. So metridium, phylum Nidaria, class Anthozoa, genus Metridium, species Senile, liver flow higher, sorry, names. So Metridium, marginal tentacles, oral disc, mouth, capitulum, collar, columnar compass, scapus, lumbus, pedal disc. Identifying characteristics. It is commonly called a sea anemone, sea flower. because of it look like flower. It is a solitary marine sedentary animal. It is a polypoid form. It shows basal disc and collar and oral disc. It attaches to the substratum with the help of a basal disc. In the center of oral disc, mouth is present. So, mouth is surrounded by large number of tentacles which bear nidoblast cells. Mouth opens into gastrovascular cavity, which is divided into compartments by mesenteries. Liver fluke. So classification Platyhelminthes, Trematoda, class Fasciolohepatica, genus and species. So mouth, head, body, sucker, genital opening, ventral sucker, excretory pole. So identifying characteristics, it is commonly called a liver fluke. In the adult stage, it lives in the bile ducts of sheep, cows, pigs, and rarely in man. It measures 25 to 30 millimeter in length. It is greatly flattened and leaf-like. The surface of the body is covered by a thin, tough cuticle with backwardly projecting spines. The mouth is at the extreme anterior end and is placed inside a muscular and oral sucker. Tinea solium, pork tapeworm. So Platyhelminthes cystoda tinea solium. So tinea solium is a ribbon like Platyhelminthes. Rostellum, neck, mature proglottids, posterior end, rostellum armed with hooks, two rows of hooks, suckers, neck. Identify characteristics. It is commonly called fork tapeworm. It is a harmful parasite, inhabits in the intestine of man. The body is long, flat, white, ribbon-like, about 4 meters in length. The body is divisible into scolex, neck, strobila. Scolex is a small knob-like structure which bears suckers, hooks helpful for the attachment to the intestinal wall of the host. Neck is unsegmented, which proliferates new segments called proglottids. The body is called strobila, which consists of 800 to 900 proglottids. They are divisible into immature proglottids, mature proglottids, and gravid proglottids. The body is covered by tegument which absorbs nutrients from the host. Ascaris male roundworm. So male, it is very short one compared with the female Ascaris. So it belongs to Nematohelminthes phylum and Phasmida class, genus Ascaris, species Lumbricoids. So simple parts, mouth, cloaca, copulatory spicules. Identifying characteristics. It is commonly called roundworm. It is an endoparasite in the small intestine of human being. The body is long, cylindrical, unsegmented, and pointed at the both ends. It is covered by the thick cuticle. Mouth is present at the anterior and bounded, bounded by the three lips. On the ventral side of the body, an excretory pore is present anteriorly. On the body length, four longitudinal lines are present. It is identified as male ascaris by the following characteristics. It is a shorter than female worm. Posterior end is curved like a hook, which possesses cloaca. It is a shorter than female. Posterior end is curved like a hook, which possesses cloaca. Near cloaca, two equal copulatory spicules are present. Ascaris female roundworm. It is longer than the male. So it has mouth, excretory pore, female genitopore. Classification. Nematic element is phylum Phasmida Ascaris lumbricoides. Scientific name. So identifying characteristics. It is commonly called roundworm. It is an endoparasitic in the small intestine of human being. The body is a long cylindrical unsegmented, pointed at the both end. It is covered by the thick cuticle. Mouth is present at an anterior end bounded by three lips. On the ventral side of the body, an excretory pore is present anterior. On the body length, for longitudinal lines are present. It is identified as female ascaris by the following characteristics. So it is longer than male worm. On ventral side, female genital opening is present. The posterior end is straight and possesses anus on ventricle. So next, so Nereis sandworm. Nereis sandworm classification. Phylum Annelida, Polychaeta, Nereis variants. So sandworm it is called Nereis. So pods are, so let us go to the, so when we see the pods, photostomial pulp, jaws, tentacles, peristomial ceri, photostomium, peristomium, seta, body, parapodia, anal canal, riceri, anus, anal segment. These are the parts. And when we go to the identification characteristics of Nereis, so it is a marine polychaete commonly called sandworm or comworm. The body is metamerically segmented and divisible into head and trunk. The head shows prostomium and peristomium with four pairs of peristomial tentacles, palps, and eyes. Clitellum is absent. Each body segment shows a pair of parapodia. Each parapodia shows a group of setae, and mouth is present on peristomium. Anal segment shows a pair of anal cirri, and it is a unisexual animal. It is a unisexual animal. So, earthworm, Annelida, Holgokita, Peritima postuma. Earthworm. When you see the names of so mouth, prostomium, peristomium, female genital opening, male genital opening, ring of Sita, genital papillae, dorsal blood vessel, segments, anus. So this is about earthworm, and let us go to the characteristics. Identify characteristics. It is a long cylindrical animal measuring about 150 millimeter. Body consists of 100 to 120 segments. Anterior end is narrowly pointed as mouth in the first segment called prostomium. Posterior end is bluntly pointed and has anus in the last segment called anal segment. Two pairs of genital papilla are present on the ventral surface in 17th and 19th segment. 17th and 19th segment. On the ventral surface in the 14th segment, there is a female genital aperture, and in the 18th segment, there is a pair of male genital apertures are present. So when we go to the hirudin area, leech. So classification Annelida, hirudinaria, granulosa. When you see the parts, prostomium, eyes, anterior sucker, uh, pre-oral chamber, first nephridiophore, and segmental receptor organism, 17th nephridiophore, anus, posterior sucker. This is the dorsal view, this is the ventral view. So next go to the identification characteristics of identify characteristics. It is commonly called a leech, Jalaga. It is a blood-sucking ectoparasite on vertebrates body. The body is metamerically segmented with the definite number of segments. In Indian cattle leech, the body consists of 33 segments, which are further subdivided into 109 annually. Two suckers are present at the both ends, known as oral sucker and posterior sucker. Five pairs of eyes are present in the first five segments on the dorsal side. So male genital pore is present on the ventral side of the 10th segment, and female genital pore is present on ventral side of the 11th segment. So 17 pairs of nephridial openings are present from 6th to 22nd segments. It is a bisexual animal with internal fertilization. Scolopendra centipede. So Arthropoda, Chilopoda, Scolopendra, Moristans. Moristans. So when we see that head, antenna, eyes, poisonous claw, leg, claw, anal style. So identification characteristics when we take it is commonly called centipede. The body is dorsiventral flattened and divisible into head and long trunk. The head bears and a pair of long antennae, a pair of eyes, a pair of mandibles, two pairs of maxillae. Mouth is present at the anterior end of the head. Each trunk segment bears a pair of seven jointed walking legs, each leg ending with a single claw. The first pair of legs is modified into poison's claw. Single genital aperture opens in front of the anus on ventral side. At the posterior end of the trunk, a telson is present, which has a pair of long and anal styles with claws. Julius millipede. Classification: Arthropoda, Diplopoda, Julius terrestris. Trunk: mind-body segments have two pairs of legs, rounded head, sharp antenna, mouth. Identifica- Identifying characteristics. It is commonly called millipede. The body is long, cylindrical, worm-like, segmented, divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. The head bears a pair of short antennae, a pair of eyes, a pair of mandibles, and a pair of Maxillae. The two maxillae are fused to form nathochilium. The thorax is short, consists of four segments. Each abdominal segment has two pairs of walking legs, hence called as milliped. The anus is terminal. The two genital aperture open towards the anterior end. Stink glands are present on the sides of the abdominal segments which open out with minute ports.